Hey everyone, I'm Boone. On today's episode of Tuesday Tools, I'm going to be playing around with CinePunch to help punch up some of my videos. This is a huge bundle of creative assets. In fact, they market this as the biggest and best video bundle in the market. Now, obviously, I haven't verified that just yet. However, this comes with over like 10,000 elements. It's got 40 tutorials. I think it's 18 packs inside of one pack, which once you buy it's like one-time fee, and then it just is continuously growing, so you get a lifetime of updates. You really get a pretty big bang for your buck. Today I'm going to give you a closer look at some of the elements available in this pack, and if you want to pick it up, affiliate link in the video description. So I've brought up this animation I created just a few months back. This is a map animation of the country of Nigeria in the city of Lagos. It's just basically showing the population here. But the angle is like really like lower Earth orbit up in the atmosphere. So I'd like to add some atmospheric elements to make it feel a little bit like you're more high up and actually there. I've already added these two cloud elements. However, I want to make it feel like you're kind of in a cloud and there's just a lot of elements around. So I can add some fog, maybe some other particles in the air, as well as maybe throw in a light leak or something. So let's see what we got. Now, the one thing that I really like about this pack is that you don't have to download everything at once because there's so many elements. You have like hundreds and hundreds of gigs of assets here. So downloading them all and really taking up so much storage space doesn't make a whole lot of sense. So the way they have this set up is great. There's PDFs that link you to tutorials as well as servers where you can download the elements. And not only that, you can actually look through catalogs and download these elements one by one at whatever resolution you want. So if you want to download like the original RAW files that red RAW files that these were shot in, you can do that if you want, or you can download just a standard HD file. If you look here in the file, you can see there's a README PDF that gets you up and running on how to actually use this and do the installations. It also quickly shows you everything that comes with the product. So I'm going to dive down here into Big Cine Packs, and I'm going to go to Haze so I can look for some fog to add. So there's a Haze PDF. I'm going to open this up, and this shows me the pack, gives me some information. It shows it's 33 gigs total, but it also gives me all the download links. But what's cool about this is I can download just the fog elements all together, or I can download, they have Haunted Ink Pack, Lens Damage Pack, so I can, download these individually. I can also go down on an individual clip level if I want. So the creator has these video catalogs and albums that you can look through all the individual assets. So I'm going to go down to Haze, and I'll click on the catalog here. Takes me to the CinePunch page, and if you look down here, I can see all the individual clips. There's over 25 different pages of all these elements. If I just quickly preview one, this one's looking cool. So if I go to download, it's going to show me all the different resolutions I can get. So let me get this HD 1080p. And you know what? I'm going to go ahead and grab an Ultra HD as well. This will give me, if I want to, scale it up and move it around, I'll be able to do that. Now I'm going to go back and let's search Fractal and see if I can find some cool like light leak elements. Whoa. All right, let's just give this one a try. And next I'll go to Cine Dust. I think there'll be some cool particles in here. Oh, that's cool. It's actually showing me like focal length as well. All right. Okay, I have these 6 clips. Let's bring these over into Adobe Premiere Pro. And what's cool here is I can click on the icon button here, and then I can use Hover Scrub to quickly preview. So if I've got a bunch of clips in here from CinePunch, I can just, quickly grab something. All right, let's grab this fog, drop it over. So all I need to do is grab the clip, go to Effect Controls, and then open up Opacity. And under there you have Blend Mode. You can switch the blend mode to a variety of different options. I found that Screen works best. So it's looking a little too prominent and it's looking a little too fast. So what I want to do is slow it down. I'll just grab the rate stretch tool and stretch it out a bit. And then I'm going to bring the opacity down to something like 65. All right, that's already looking better. You can see it's just the little subtle details there in the bottom and then on the top of the frame. Now let's drag the particles here. I'm going to turn off the fog layer so we can see what we got going on here. And now I'm just going to do the same thing. Grab the clip, Effect Controls, go to Screen Mode, and then let's turn the fog back on, and we're definitely getting some layers of atmosphere here. This is almost too much still for me. I don't know if I'd want to turn it down or just go back and select another one that's just doesn't have as many. It looks like we're kind of in a snowstorm. Still, it's adding some cool atmosphere here. This would look really good on a lower elevation map, like if you're going over some snowy mountains. This would look absolutely incredible. All right, and last but not least, let's add that fractal. Some of these fractals are real slow, so what I can do is I can just speed them up. So let's just speed it up and see what we got going on here. Again, same kind of deal. Let's set it to screen. I've turned off fog and the particles just to see what this looks like. Now let's play it back. And I can play around with some of the blend modes too. Here, I can go to linear dodge add, and then look at that, that really pops out the highlights. And with some of the other elements like light drops and a few of the other packs, you can use transitions. You can use these light leaks or the bokehs as transitions. So if I was going from, you know, if I was zooming in on the map or something, it might be cool to throw this in as a transition. This one works particularly well. It's like the sun is doing something off the lens as it moves. So here's a before and after. Now, speaking of transitions, this is going to be the next example I show you here. One of the main products that comes with this particular pack is the CinePunch 5.0. And this just gives you a ton, like hundreds and hundreds of different cool options for transitions for Adobe Premiere Pro. So to bring this in, I'm going to double click right in my project panel here, and I just select the CinePunch project file. Now there's a few things you need to tweak on your project to make sure this works right. So the first thing I want to do is click this little button here that says insert and overwrite sequences as nest or individual clips. So I want to bring them in as individual clips. So for that, I'm going to click this and make sure it's not highlighted blue. Then I want to turn video track 1 off, or toggle this off, make sure it's not selected. And now I can navigate into here and look at what I got. So I've got 4 subfolders here. I've got the change resolution, the transitions, the motion punch presets, and the sound effects pack. So if I was working in Ultra HD 4K or some other resolution, I could go grab this comp here and set it to whatever resolution I want, and then all the transitions will work perfectly. So I just right click on this and select sequence settings, and all I would need to do is change the frame size of this particular sequence, and then my project's going to be ready to rock and roll. Thankfully, it's already at 1920 by 1080, so I don't need to mess with anything. Now I can go down to transitions and just kind of figure out which ones I want to use. Now in this example, I'm using the same map animation. However, now I have a second clip, which is essentially just a close-up of Nigeria. And you can see there it's a straight cut. So let's see if we can punch this up. Now, again, there are hundreds of different options, but since we're going from like a wide shot to a close-up, I want to have some kind of zoom. And if you look here in the transitions folder, the first category is zoom. Now I can just open up this folder and look and read the names, or I can double click and open this and switch it to icon mode, which is right here, icon view. And then I can use my hover scrub to quickly get a preview. And these can be a little system or processor intensive, so you might want to set your playback resolution down. I'm going to set that to 1/4. Now to bring these in, it's quite simple. I can just, let's go grab basic 4 here. I'm going to grab this, and then I'm going to drag it and drop it over here. And one thing I want to do is make sure that this edit point matches up with my edit point. So it's pretty easy as long as I have snapping turned on. And now I release, and let's see if we can preview this in 1/4 resolution. Okay, and now just imagine how long that would take to create that from scratch. So I've got the 2 clips with a bunch of effects. If I click on one and go to effect controls, you can see we have this transform with some keyframes, and then this one is doing the opposite thing. And then we also have sound effects. So stuff like this in particular, I feel like just is such a time suck when you're working as a YouTuber and you got everything else that you have to worry about. I mean, just uploading a YouTube video is so much work. So to have something like this is going to save you so much time. To test out a few quickly, I'll just undo that and then go back and search for another one, and then simply drag it, drop it, and you can do this pretty quickly. And now look at all the categories. We have zoom, camera shakes, fades, slides, slide wipes, film reel, film gate shakes, camera smash. One that I was looking at earlier that I really did like was this photo camera style one fast. I'm going to drag this over. Oh yeah. Now imagine creating that from scratch, how long that would take. And just like searching for a camera flash sound effect, forget it. Transition punch, awesome. Now I'm going to show you one other tool. I can't go through everything because there's just so many tools in this pack, so please follow that affiliate link down in the video description to check out more. But one other really amazing tool is this Filmmaker VFX suite, which is available in both After Effects and Adobe Premiere Pro. We're going to check it out in After Effects here. The first thing you want to do is copy over this presets folder onto your main drive, and then you can open up any of these projects here depending on the resolution that you're working in. So I'm going to go ahead and open up 1920 by 1080. This is a really cool template project that makes adding effects super easy and fast. So I have my original animation here before I applied any effects to it, and what I've got down here are 2 comps. I've got the main comp with all the controllers, and then I've got the place content here comps. So this is, the placeholder. So I'm going to grab this Nigeria population animation, drag it into here, and I can go back to my master comp here, and right at the top I have the Filmmaker VFX control suite. So if I click on this and then open up effect controls, you're going to see all of the super awesome options here. The way I think about this is, if you look at all these different features, some of these like film grains and light leaks, a lot of these you can get as freebies online, but one of the super annoying things about that is you have to store those on your hard drive, and you might not remember where they are, and you got to drag and drop them over, and they're kind of scattered. So this is really a nice tight way to have everything all in one location. And not only that, you can really tweak some of these. So if we go into film grain, look at all of the options I have here. So I have 35, 16:8, I have light and tight, medium, coarse, a bunch of different stuff, and it's basically on a slider from 0 to 100. So if I go, let's say I want 8mm grain, I can pump this up to 100, and now check that out, you can really set that on the clouds here. Under color suite, you have a bunch of film stocks, you can add a vignette, different color styles. Look at this, you got Kodak, Fuji. Again, these are all on sliders from 0 to 100. So if for any reason you want to animate these, you have that capability. Pretty cool. I can add a quick vignette, blur it out. And this is pretty cool. Let's say I wanted to turn this into like an old movie look. Here I just have a bunch of checkboxes, so I'm like ready to rock and roll really, really fast. So I could go down here. Let's say we want 1920 silent film map. And then, when you're going for that old film look, I could also turn on the frames per second control and then bring that down. So let's bring this down to maybe like 12 or something. Okay, so there you have it. That's CinePunch for Adobe Premiere Pro and Adobe After Effects. They also have a Final Cut Pro version. I'll link to that down in the video description. So if you like this and you want to pick it up and you want to help me support my channel, I would appreciate it if you'd use my affiliate link down in the video description. Again, it's such a huge bang for your buck. You get over 10,000 elements. This library is going to keep growing. You don't have to download all the packs at once. You can download them individually as you need them. So it's not going to take up all your hard drive space. Just really cool. I'm really, really impressed. So please follow that link. Go check it out. And as always, if you enjoyed the video, please give me a thumbs up. And if you want to see more cool content like this, Tuesday tools, or maybe some Monday map creations, please consider subscribing to my channel. Hit that notification bell so you're always aware of when I'm uploading videos. In fact, I'm going to leave a link to the Tuesday tools playlist. So if you want to check out more cool tools for After Effects, go down and check it out. All right, I'll see you in the next one.